Hey all, welcome back. There was a bit of a snafu uh, Wednesday, yesterday, with our Buffy uploads, but we're working at it. I think they're going to go up over the weekend late. They're done. They just, yeah, technical difficulties. Let's just say that. But for tonight, we are doing episodes 3 and 4 of Batman Caped Crusader. So far, I've really been liking it. It seems to be, I don't want to say a new take because they have done some things that are different, like making Penguin a woman, but it does have a very nostalgic feel, which I think is really cool, wanting to get back to those classic cartoons, but with more sophisticated stories. So hopefully that will continue going forward. So let's get into episode 3. I believe it's called Kiss of the Catwoman. One of my favorite characters, so looking forward to it. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, definitely. Cat burglar. She's going to be all over this.
Here you go, pal. O'Brien from the Gazette. Call me if you want a copy after you see it in the paper. My rates are very reasonable.
Weird pitch for an actual newspaper photographer, but Wayne collection. I imagine his mother had several
are
pearls.
Hard to imagine anything more beautiful.
Not that hard.
I'd love a set just like these. You know, you should buy me a drink sometime.
Should I?
Yes. I mean, I'm practically the only eligible woman in Gotham that you haven't taken out. I'm tempted to take it personally. The whole wealthy orphan thing.
Your father's in prison for tax fraud.
So
That's what I'm saying.
she's already established at this point as a thief,
What do you expect,
or
lady? It's
an assumed thief. Oh shit! See, cross that line. Barry takes that shit pretty personal.
Anyway, that's what happened. And I guess my
of
lawyer
course,
worked
that's the one
something
that
out
made
with the
the
district
paper.
attorney's office, which is how I ended up here on your couch, Dr. Quinzel.
The couch is way more comfy, Bruce. Go
Quinzel.
ahead. Give it a sit. Love that we're on the same page.
If
Now,
they make
have you ever found yourself resorting to
her
violence in other situations?
Dr. Quinzel, the
What?
therapist,
Come on. Do I look like a guy who goes around blowing his top?
Appearances
Harley
are
Quinn.
often deceptive. And the fact is, Bruce, you did blow your top.
which
Look, the guy made a crack about
has
my
been
mother,
done
so I
before.
popped him one. Anyone would have done the
Fair.
same. But yeah,
But a brunette,
I
I'm
guess
so
I
used to
know
her
that
being
it was
blonde.
wrong.
That tragedy in your childhood, it's obviously and reasonably a tender spot. Would you like to talk about what happened to your parents?
No.
Not really, no.
That was a long time ago, and it was awful, but I'm a grown man now. I don't really think about it anymore.
Tell us anything about the gunman. Like what color his hair was, or his eyes. Anything at all.
No. It was too dark.
See you next Tuesday, Bruce.
What's that you're looking at,
Quinzel.
Nothing.
If they
Miss
do
Selina,
make her
it's time to wake
Harley
up.
Quinn,
Ah,
I'm
Greta,
really interested to
come
see,
on.
It's mid-afternoon already,
transition.
Miss Selina.
because I've never seen
Mid-afternoon.
that clearly depicted. It's just bang. There's Harley Quinn.
Miss Selina, they're going to turn off the electricity soon. And I, too, would like to be paid again someday.
Hey, it's not my fault Daddy left us here with Bupkiss, is it?
Yes, your tone inspires much confidence in me.
You never talk back like this to Daddy. Don't think I'm not noticing that.
Kind of like Greta.
Fabulous, right?
Not the word I would use.
No. What are you going to do in that? You need a bodysuit, a literal cat suit. What the fuck? How is she not tripping all over herself? I mean, the heels thing, I don't understand, but I know women do it. But that, it's a little too hangy, and then the cape, and too much. Yes, see, that's the problem.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
hi. Oof. You're 1,000 times sexier than that sketch in the paper.
Who are you?
Catwoman, dear. Obviously. What can I say? You inspire me.
It was a purple suit.
You have toys?
Now she's even more fascinated.
Nice car.
I was saying that our last session revealed that you've clearly repressed the impact of your parents' murders. Have you ever considered that you may be repressing yourself in other ways? It would be understandable if it was. That's a hell of a thing to go through as a kid.
Or I'm not repressing anything and I just have a lot of disposable income and a very active social life.
How many second dates do you have? Is there ever any love there, or even lust? Or are you just going through the motions, being the person that everyone around you expects you to be?
I'm just playing the field, Doc. That's not
She's
a character flaw, is it?
I swear, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, Your Honor, since we have no evidence, it was Miss Kyle that committed these crimes and not the Batman, who was also at the scene. And since the stolen gems were all returned, the people are willing to drop the charges and allow Miss Kyle another second chance.
Yeah, Dent is a dick.
So when it's my clients, you're gunning for jail time. But when it's the rich and famous, they get a break?
Exactly.
What is she,
Exactly.
Harvey? A campaign donor?
Oh, come on, Barbara. Do you really think I'd sink that low?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I would.
Latest reports indicate that inflation and unemployment in Gotham continue to rise. And while the mayor's financial advisors are...
They let her go.
Indeed, sir. But apparently she has promised never to do it again.
She's literally a cat burglar.
Some very fine sparklies. Yes, she sure did. Don't you worry. I promise to take real good care of them. My hero. Well, why do you keep chasing me then? I wasn't sure that these would actually work, but holy mackerel.
He really did inspire her. But, like, everyone knows who she is, so, like...
As I tried to explain downstairs, Miss Kyle moved out the other day after she was released from court.
We'll get used to it, Greta. We have to. We're on the run. And no one around here will care who we are or talk to the police. Besides, I already paid a year's rent from last night's take. No more owing creditors.
You do still owe some debts, Miss Selina.
And sure, this isn't exactly society living, but if we're going to live like outlaws, then we're going to have to make some sacrifices, right?
Yes, well, I never asked to live like an outlaw.
Maybe it's time to retire upstairs. Try and get at least a few hours sleep. Perhaps you can let the police handle Miss Kyle. She's only a jewel thief after all, not really a villain, sir.
There's nothing
And
I
that's
could do
the
to
truth
change your
about
mind.
Catwoman.
The
She
show
is
was
a
meant to
thief.
run for another 3
She's
weeks.
not really a
No,
villain.
I'm afraid I have to insist. This is my last session.
Is it? Time has just flown by. You know what, Bruce? I'm going to sign your paperwork.
Oh gosh, thanks, Doc. I really...
Because I don't think you're a danger to yourself or anyone else. But I also don't think that we've made any progress together. But I do know better. Your walls are just too high. Much too high for little old me to get through. But I'm willing to keep going. I'm willing to try if you are, Bruce.
Thanks for the offer, Doc. But I'm all aces now. Yes, thankfully.
Did you really not get anything out of talking to her, sir? Because I've often thought it might be beneficial to...
I'm fine. Now drop it.
I cannot imagine. In any version, have they had Bruce confront his parents' killer? Has that ever happened? Again, I don't read a lot of the comic books. I'm not sure. But I'd be interested.
They're going to pay.
They?
All of them. I'm going to make them pay. And you're going to help me.
Oh, shit.
Holy crap! Oh my god.
Neil O'Brien, from the Gotham Gazette.
Yeah.
I need your help.
Sure. With what?
What do you think? I need you to take some pictures. Put them back.
We're not gonna need those.
You saved me. I knew there was something. Ow! Hey! Not so tight! You know, you're really no fun at all.
So I got some shots in there, but I didn't only get Catwoman. There's also some shots of you handling those cops. It's all on the same roll of film. Not trying to...
Just make sure the Catwoman photos run. I don't care about the others.
Finally. Listen, it's a disaster. They've got evidence, photos, the whole deal. So, I need you to bail me out.
I'm sorry, Miss Selina, but that's not going to be possible. You have no money.
No, listen. Just hawk some of the paintings. And maybe that gold statue that Daddy loved? You know, the one with the ballerina up on her toes?
Yes, I know, Miss Selina. I already sold her and everything else worth a nickel that you owned.
What? Greta?
My cruise to the Bahamas leaves in an hour. Auf Wiedersehen!
Why? That
He's
little
like,
crook.
peace, bitch.
I suppose the evidence against Catwoman will stand up in court this time.
She'll be back, but Gotham's got a break from her nonsense.
You know, sir, I was thinking about what you said earlier. About seeing Dr. Quinzel.
The coffee's cold.
I'll get you a fresh cup, sir.
That's really, I don't know. It's sad to me. Bruce and Alfred have always kind of had this. It definitely is a servant-employer relationship, but it's also a familial one. And their take on this one is early on, or seems early on in his career as Batman, and so he's very distant and dismissive of Alfred at this point, which is frustrating and kind of makes me sad. But Catwoman was not what I expected. I don't know if it's because I have my childhood memories of the character or the many depictions that there have been of her, but her not being in a cat suit, is very strange and weird to me. And I don't think at this point that she's come into her own and figured out the identity of Catwoman yet. Or that's what it feels like to me. She hasn't quite found her groove yet, I guess. I never thought she was like on the same playing field with Bruce intellectually, but she was always clever, cunning, um, always kind of one step ahead of the cops, which she kind of was in this, but not really. Um, and I don't know. She didn't feel like Catwoman yet. But maybe that's the point. And they're always, I mean, her side certainly is very flirtatious with Batman, but it was always kind of a mutual thing. So it's, I don't know. It seemed a little strange to me. It didn't quite flow for me. Their chemistry wasn't there yet. Um, I don't know if they're just planning on building it. A lot of times when they start an animated series, they have an idea of how long it's going to run or the story that they want to tell. And other times, they definitively know it's going to be this, this, and this, and we're going to stop here. And then other times, it's just, let's see what happens. So I don't know which approach the writers, J.J. Abrams is taking, but yeah, I'm not feeling it yet. They're laying a lot of foundation, so we'll see what happens. I don't dislike the show, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. This episode to me felt a little force fed, I guess. I don't think that's quite the right word either. It didn't the chemistry wasn't there. Or maybe it was meant to showcase how Bruce doesn't really have chemistry with anyone. Going back to Dr. Quinzel's point. And again, if that turns out to be Harley Quinn, um, that's that's crazy. She's not at all what I expected, but I think it could be good. She seems clever. She's good at her job. It's not a bad read on Bruce. Which, if she ever makes that connection, could be really bad, giving her the advantage to be in Bruce's head a little bit. But I don't think she does. At least she hasn't, as far as I know. I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. It's obvious. Like, he didn't have the chemistry with Catwoman. He didn't have the chemistry with Dr. Quinzel. He's lacking chemistry with Alfred, even though he's super close to him. And again, Harvey is just straight trash. I'm not seeing that demarcation between him and Two-Face. Other than Two-Face, I imagine will be even more like crazy and chaotic, which is nuts. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. I look forward to the journey for sure. I don't know. I would on my chart of episodes. I think I would probably give this maybe a 2.5. I go like 0.5 to 5. I'd give this maybe a 2.5. Not my favorite so far, but we'll see what happens. I hope that you'll come back for episode 4, which is right after this, and we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you on our next, which will be Sunday, I believe. We're finally going to put a movie up, so that ought to be fun. All right, guys. Appreciate any support you want to give. Don't forget to smash all the buttons, like, subscribe, all that nifty stuff. Tell others. And Our socials you'll find down below. Check us out there too. See you next time. Bye.